Hi Aquarius, welcome to your year ahead tarot scope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. As you know, I am a sun sign Aquarian, so I'm really excited about this one. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share and hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, thank you so much for all of your continued support, and thank you so much for helping me reach my 30,000 milestone. It really means the absolute world, and I'm so grateful. For those of you that would like to book a personal tarot reading with me, you can do so on the website address below, and if you would like to donate to the channel, you can do so on the web link below. So before we start, I would like to bless all of my cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you or us on our path to our highest vibrational good. So let's see what 2019 has in store for us, Aquarius. I am so ready. I'm so ready. Are you ready? All right, so let's have a look. January, we get the Chariot. So this is beautiful because it puts us in an energy of success. It puts us in an energy of succeeding, of being, becoming what it is that we want to become. Now, the thing about the first card out is it tends to kind of permeate the year. It almost like sets the tone or gives the year some kind of texture or quality. This basically says that 2019 is going to be a fast year, Aquarius. Hang on to your britches, as they say, because it means that the Chariot card is a very fast card. It's a card of really fast experience, but it's also a card of success. It's a card of victory, and it suggests that January you're going to be having some kind of victory. It's almost like December 2018 is going to be quite an intense but also a very productive month, and it's kind of like you go straight into January almost like hitting the ground running. You're like, your legs are already going before you get to the year, and it's kind of like in January you have a victory, you have a success, but also you hit the ground running, and you hit it with strength and the passion to see things through, because the Chariot card is about steering by the sheer force of your will, right? As opposed to with reins, and that kind of always, to me, it says that you're kind of ready for whatever experience comes at you. You will be fast, you will be adaptive, you will be sort of paying attention this year. So to clarify, you get the Justice card. It looks like some of us are signing contracts. It kind of feels to me like January will be the month where you kind of, it's almost like a yes. Now I'm smiling because I know what this might mean for me, but for all of us in some way, shape or form. So the Justice card is about signing on the dotted line. It's about the paperwork. It's about doing what needs to be done and signing your name to things, but it's also about making the decision. So you're making the decision to succeed, but we're also making the decision to make something official. And it kind of says to me that January is going to be the month where you are presented with a contract, where you are presented with some kind of it could be a lease, but it feels to me like it will be literary in nature. So this is signing a proposal, it's being offered a contract for a specific job, which is really exciting. January looks like a really strong month, and we start the year as we mean to go on. You're making a lot of decisions in January, with the Chariot card there and success. You're making a lot of successful decisions, so it's kind of like whatever you choose to do and whatever shapes up for you in January, you can trust yourself, you can trust that you're moving in the right way. Happy birthday for those of you that are January born. I myself am a February Aquarian, so happy birthday to you as well. We're going into February, so what does February hold in store for us? The Hermit card. So we are taking that inward journey, we are taking stock of things, and it kind of feels like to me all the signs in some way, shape or form go through an evolution next year. I really feel that. And February is going to be about us kind of taking a moment, taking a beat and saying, right, okay, I kind of got an idea where this is going and how it's all going to shape up. And I know it's all going to be good, but I need to make sure, one, that I'm clear in all the facts, and two, that I really understand who I am at this moment in time. February will see you getting in touch with your deeper self, getting in touch with your inner self, and doing whatever work it takes to do that. because the Hermit card is also about a quest. It's about a quest for knowledge. It's about you going out into the world or going within yourself to search for something and to start to decide what needs to be removed. The Seven of Pentacles. So interesting. February will be a slower month, which is good because it will give you time to take stock. February is a time to exercise patience, and it's also a time to do, it's almost like you're laying the foundations, and the words that I'm hearing are do the work now so that when the work comes, it's already done. Do you know what I mean? It's like having all of the preparation done, like when you're cooking a meal, rather than having to chop, you know, carrots and everything to get ready to add to the thing. If you've got everything prepared and on the bench, you can just cook at your leisure. And that's what February is. It's taking that minute, it's taking that moment. I mean, ultimately, February for a lot of us as well, right, is going to be about the solar return. So we're taking that minute to say, right, okay, whew, that was 2018, that was, you know, that was this is where I've been, this is where I'm going now. You know, January brings you a great experience. It brings you an offer of some kind, you know, something that you need to sign, but it will be something that you're happy to sign, which is beautiful. February then sees you taking stock. It sees you kind of really thinking about everything in a practical nature, but it also asks you to have patience. And this doesn't necessarily mean with other people or with the way that things are happening. It's asking you to have patience with yourself. So, you know, over the month of February, you're taking stock, but have patience. March, you get the Fool card. Beautiful, because this is kind of one of our cards. And the Fool card is basically new things, new people, new places. I kind of feel like the reason February is slow, the reason February is about sort of getting things in the right way in the right place, because March shapes up to be an awesome month, but March is going to be full of people that you don't know. March is going to be a month where you're traveling as well. You're off on your travels, you're doing things, you're kind of getting out there. And to clarify, that seems to be pulling at me. In terms of money, this is interesting because March kind of says that new things, new places and people are what's going to bring the finance to you. And if you choose to stay in the situations that you're in, like you refuse to do the evolution, that's when you're going to run into financial issues. It's kind of like the more you're in the flow, the more you keep doing, the more you keep welcoming the new, the different in, the better things are going to be for us. You know, it's really interesting because the Fool card suggests movement and travel, and it's out there doing things, whereas the Four of Pentacles wants to stay here and do what it's doing. It kind of also tells me that the first 4 months are going to be, you know, what they are, and then after that things are going to move in a really exciting way. So April, we get the Magician card, and this is the start of it, right? So January, quick month, brings you an offer of some kind, something that you've got to sign. February, we're withdrawing a little bit, you know, just to make sure we understand who we are now, what we've become. March sees us then really, okay, so I've got to be here, there, everywhere. April sees you start to get the recognition for the work that you've put in. April starts to see the right people show up, and it also shows me that somebody that is considered an authority in their field, you will be rubbing shoulders with them. This person does not give their information freely. This is the sort of person that has gained a lot of experience and a lot of wisdom in their chosen field over many, many years. The fact that they're going to want to share this with you is really, it kind of demonstrates how special you are. And it also tells me that, you know, going forward, whatever is shared and whatever is divulged with you, really pay attention, because this person's going to help you in some way, shape or form. With the Hanged Man, this is somebody that is deeply spiritual, somebody that is very learned and gifted in the spiritual arts. So April is a time to look out for a mentor. April is the time for you to really be on the alert, but also to listen. To really, really take time to listen to what this person's got to say, listen to what this person's got to teach. It might be that they just give you tidbits, and from those tidbits you start to understand and learn things on a bigger, broader scale. It feels to me like you will spend a lot of time with this person. Certainly in the month of April, it's like a mentor, somebody that makes themselves known. And this person has so much to teach you, so much to teach you. And all you need to do is demonstrate that you're willing to learn and that you can listen. With the Hanged Man there, this is about, you know, becoming enlightened. It's about taking, you know, reassessing, reevaluating for sure. But it also sees you delving into the spiritual world, into what your spiritual gifts might be. But yeah, this new person coming in, this is a mentor. This is somebody that really has... somebody that has a lot of wisdom, a lot of power, a lot of influence even, you know, in their chosen field. And it's almost like this person wants to share with you, but what they give you and how they train you, it's kind of like the image that I'm getting in my head is, you know, the guy in Kung Fu walking up the steps with the you know, with the barrels and stuff, and that's the feeling to it. Your training will begin at the end of March, going and all of April. It may well only last this month, but pay attention to what you are told and pay attention to what somebody tries to teach you in April, because it will be stuff that you couldn't have learnt from anyone else or anywhere else, you know, but at the side of this person. So really pay attention. May, you get the World card. Wow, 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 wow. You know, April sees you taking a step up as well. You know, at the end of April, you will be armed with more knowledge than you ever could have thought possible. So May, then you get the Universe card, the World card, and this basically suggests that you are mastering something. And the reason you're mastering something is because you've had this influx of information, you've had this input from somebody that is a master already, and they help elevate you towards master status yourself. The Universe card also represents the sign of Saturn, and it sees you kind of in a place of... It sees you in a place of ready to transcend an experience. You're drawing a line under something. It's like you've put in the hard work, you've put in the graft, you've put in the effort. And with the World card, this is like basically saying, yeah, now you're ready to graduate. Now you're ready to really go on and do it, to make some big strides in your evolution. Look at that, we got the Star card. That is us. The Star card represents the sign of Aquarius. So this is you really, us, I say us. This is us really stepping into our power. By May, we'll be looking at a very, very different picture of our own lives than what we were looking at the beginning of the year, what we were even looking at right up until the beginning of March. You know, we will be looking at a very different picture. 2019 is already, from the cards that have come up, shaping up to be an amazing year. So the Star card is basically saying hope, optimism, but this is about your future. And see, check this as well. This is amazing. So the World card, or the Universe, represents the sign of Saturn. So it talks about a Saturn cycle. We're talking like 29 to 32 years into the future, you know, or wrapping up a period of that, which for me is amazing because I'm 33. So, you know, this is wrapping up that whole cycle, that first Saturn cycle. The Star card is the things that we put in place that have far-reaching ripples, far-reaching consequences. And this basically says that what shapes up in May, all the preparation that's done from January to April, all builds up to this. What you step into in May will be you going through a door. And when I say going through a door, you cross a threshold, and once you cross that threshold, nothing is ever going to be the same again. And I'm talking in the most positive and beneficial ways, because the Star card is hope, optimism, trust. It's the opportunity, it's the glimpse into your own future. It's finding the people that are going to facilitate you, understanding that event, this, you know, I can't explain it. It's almost like you know, you're gonna just be constantly given information and you're going to be like, wow, I never could have learnt this anywhere but where I'm learning it right now. And then in May, you cross the threshold, you take a step upward in status, but you take a giant leap forward in your own life. And you know, this is far-reaching stuff. This is the World card, the end of one cycle and the wrapping up of all of who you've been and what your life has been up until now. The Star card, your future, 17 to 21 years into the future. What you're building now is huge. For a lot of us, there's travel to America in May, like surprise travel to distant, very distant countries. Lots of international travel is possible in May. And, you know, I'm not talking about hopping on a plane to go, you know, to an island that's next over, because I live in the UK, so, you know, it's not going to Ireland. This is going to the States. This is going to America. This is going to, you know, I don't know why, but Fiji and Bali just popped into my head. This is going to places that are really far away from where you live. These are completely different environments that will totally change your outlook and your perspective. May is a really powerful power month. June, you get the Devil card. So the interesting thing about this for me feels, it's almost like May's going to be like this massive sort of like, yeah, month, and everything's going to be like so super bright and green, and, you know, and all of that stuff. And it's almost like to have to come back to what you consider your mundane life is almost going to be like, no, don't take me back. I don't want to go back. You will need to come back in order to assimilate what it is that you learn on your travels, because the Devil card represents addiction, right? It's about the thing that we think we're stuck doing, the thing that we think we can't transcend, when the truth is it was a choice to get involved with this thing, so it's a choice to let it go as well. And I feel like this relates to, like, it's almost like you're going to get the travel bug, and then you're going to be like, right, I want to be doing this, I want to be going there, and it's almost like this feeling of, I don't want to come back. But coming back will be good for you, because it will allow you to assimilate the experiences you had, and it will allow you to plan for the next step. To clarify, 9 of Cups, absolutely. You will have your wish fulfilled. Do not be impatient. June is not a month to tie yourself to anything unnecessary or superfluous. June is not a month to tie yourself to anything that's going to hold you back or hold you down. And June is, you know, with the 9 of Cups, this is wish fulfillment. This is about something else shaping up for you. You are a changed person by the time June comes, and you will start to really understand that. When you get to June and you're thinking to yourself, oh, you know, I don't want to go back to the life that I knew. The reason you won't want to go back to it is because you've changed, you've evolved beyond that. Your wishes, your hopes, your deepest desires and dreams and happinesses are coming true, you know. And June is basically saying to you, have the patience to just wait it out and see it through, because amazing things will happen for you. It's like a massive rhyme there. July, we get Justice again, so double hit of this Libran energy. So, you know, this is about you making a finite decision. It kind of feels to me like you will be changing your mind about where you live. For a lot of you in July, you'll be like, right, okay, I'm now on the other end of all of this. I need my surroundings, I need where I live, I need what I'm, you know, everything around me needs to mirror everything that I've become on the inside. I kind of feel like anything, yeah, you know, anything that kind of doesn't sing the same song as you, you will be kind of like, yeah, I'm ready to get rid of that now. Let's see what the clarifier is, the 3 of Cups. This is beautiful, because this is reunion energy. This is something, and it feels to me, you know, with the, so you're letting go of what doesn't serve you, but in terms of the 3 of Cups, you're welcoming back something into the fold. It's almost like the words that I'm hearing are, an impossible wish that you made will come back to be with you. And that, you know, for some of you it might be a person, for others of you this is about something that you've put work into before, or something that you have something that you made a decision on previously is coming back into the fold. 3 of Cups, this is a reunion, but it's also a birth. With the Justice card there then, this suggests that some kind of idea that you had, some kind of, you know, something that comes back to be done, and it's something that shapes up to really happen now. You know, but for a lot of you, I really feel like this is you, if not, maybe not necessarily moving, but deciding to change your environment or change your surroundings. It's kind of like anything that's around you that doesn't feel like it fits, you will be letting go of. You know, and you'll be making that decision. But whatever finishes or whatever parting of ways you have in July, it ends on a good note. So you can trust assured on that. August. The Sun card, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It's powerful, it's love, it's light, it's enjoyment, it's vibrancy. Once you make these concrete decisions, the universe steps in and says, yeah, you know what, you're ready to fly. I'm going to give you wings. You want to get over to the other side of something, here's the bridge. August is a power month for you yet again. August sees you, you know, living and loving life, like really living and loving life. And to clarify on that, you get the Three of Pentacles. So it's kind of like in stark contrast to April then, the learning that you do in August will be like a culmination. It will just be like kind of, I almost feel like you'll be wandering down the street, it will be evening and you'll be thinking to yourself, do you know what, I'm going to stop somewhere for a glass of wine and, you know, a nibble. And it's kind of like I see a lot of you being alone in this space, and you're in this space, you're literally on your own, and you're just like taking stock and running over things in your mind. The Three of Pentacles represents learning. It represents, you know, institutional learning as well very often. And it looks to me like August will be a month of learning for sure, but it's going to be a month of fun learning. This will be intense because it's going to be like, focus, pay attention, you know, stay with me here. Whereas August sees you really just having fun and learning, you know, and laughing. And with the Three of Cups there as well, so much joy, so much mirth. July and August look like beautiful months just for enjoyment, for fun, frivolity. September, you get the Death card. So there's a transition coming. This is a, you know, this is a peak experience of culmination. September is where something comes to an end or something comes to a close, and there is something that you might need to let go of. Let's clarify what it is. The Six of Pentacles. So this idea of what you're owed, this idea of what you should have or what you shouldn't have, is something that needs to come to an end now. The Six of Pentacles always talks about a karmic debt. So whether it's an actual debt in terms of finance or money, or sometimes it's just, you know, we feel somebody has wronged us and we think, you know, I wish you would get yours or whatever. As soon as you let go of that feeling, the chances are it will be returned to you. The feeling that I get from this is once you stop holding on to what you think you should have or what you think somebody owes you, it will be returned to you. It will come to you, and you'll be like, oh wow, do you know what, I'd actually let go of that. Why has it come back now? Well, it's come back now so that you can transmute that experience, transform the energy, and then finally lay it to rest and leave it be. So September is a month for you to do some real inner transition work in order to release something, in order to let something go. It's also, like I said, whatever you feel you're owed will make its way back to you, but only once you truly let go of it, or let go of the expectation of it. October, we get the Strength card. What is your heart and soul's passion? What do you truly want? You know, you're really chasing it. In October, you're tapped into your physical body. You're really about your vitality. You're asking yourself, okay, right, how do I feel in and of myself? You know, all of this wonderful stuff is shaping up and all these amazing experiences are happening. I've learned, I've grown, I've transitioned things, I've changed things, I've transformed energy within myself. What do I desire now? This is about asking yourself, once you become a new person, once you step into a new life, who are you then? What is important to you then? And the Strength card is asking you that. It's asking you to tame your emotions, to really tame your emotions so that you can use them as a fuel, as a power pack. Wow. So what you crave more than anything else is evolution, soul evolution. You know, you've got the World card there, you've got the World card here, coupled with the Strength card. So at your heart of hearts, in your heart of hearts, your total wish fulfillment is to change your status, is to change your life, is to evolve, not just on a soul level, but on a material level. You really, you know, for some of you, this is about finding the forever home. It's about finding that place where you can just, I'm at peace. I know I'm supposed to be here. That place where you feel safe, that space where you feel safe, you know, and having that peak experience. It's like October, I almost feel like it's about owning your power. It's about really understanding that the true strength is to hold something with, you know, with loose hand and loose fingers. you know, rather than clutching your wand or wands with, you know, for dear life and wielding it like a, you know, like a sword, just to hold it and be, you know, swish and flick. And I know a lot of you will get that reference, and I know you're probably thinking like, what are you talking about? And it literally is that. October is not the month to grab and to try and wrest everything, you know, and bend everything to your will. It's about having the experience of, I've already done the work. I've already had all of these amazing experiences to evolve. What I truly crave now is to elevate myself. What I truly crave now is to change my status. I want my outside surroundings to match my inner self. And this is about manifesting your dreams, manifesting your goals, manifesting your desires. This whole year is all about it. But there's going to be some profound shifts for you in Aquarius in 2019. November, the Hierophant, making something official. You know, and when I say making something official, this is about the establishment. It's also about marriage. It's also about, you know, making something concrete, making something real. You know, this card has links to Taurus. And in that way, you know, I also see the Hierophant as well as, you know, as structural as it might be. I also see this card as a deeply spiritual experience. This is when you're initiated by life. And it says to me, you know, this thing that I said before about the forever home, about that place that you can settle in. It looks like October and November, you will see this come to pass and you will be like, whoa, okay, this is it. And for some of you, I almost feel like it's somewhere or something that you've almost envisioned this, and it's like you've brought it to life in that way. To clarify, you get the Lovers card. For a lot of Aquarians, November, you'll be getting married. The interesting thing is you won't be getting married where you think you'd be getting married. It's kind of like you decide to get married and it will be in a place where, like, you know, you'll have had it all planned out in your mind, and then that will completely change. It will completely change. For those of you that are single, the new person coming in will not just excite and, you know, fundamentally vibrate your body, but they will match you in every single way. There will be a harmony. There will be a complete and utter understanding. We are a unit. For those of you that are coupled, for those of us that are coupled, this basically says that you and your partner will, if you're boyfriend and girlfriend, you'll get engaged. If you're engaged, you'll become husband and wife. If you are, if you're already husband and wife, this will be about creating a family unit. But for all Aquarians, November looks like a month where your relationship changes. October and November is the time where you can really find that, what I call the forever home, or certainly find a home that feels like that. You know, that gives you that experience of safety, of comfort, of warmth. January, you know, you're pushing things, but there's an offer, there's something that comes on the table that, you know, someone says, you know, I think you'd be perfect for this, will you do it? And it looks really good for you. February, taking stock, where have I been? Where do I want to go? March, you know, this change, new places, new people, not a time to cling to the old. April brings a mentor, brings a master into your life. It could be an archangel, an ascended master, but it feels to me like somebody that is deeply spiritual, somebody that's very, very wise, and somebody that is very skilled in their art and their craft. And this person will teach you things that you will never ever learn anywhere else but at their side. They will give you secrets that you just couldn't have got from anywhere else. May is your total and utter power month. May sees you completely change. Like it's almost like your entire life up until, you know, May will be one experience, and then from May it's something completely different. You step into a completely different life. June is a power month. It's basically saying don't get addicted to that old life. Let it go. When it's time for something to go, when it's time for something to end, June is the time to release it, because whatever you let go of is replaced instantly by something that is infinitely better than what you had before. July, having fun, having enjoyment, laughter, you know, somebody coming back into the fold, somebody coming, but like a reunion of sorts. I don't feel like this is a partner. like an ex or anything like that. I think it's like old friends or old people that you used to spend time with, and you know, just having a good time. August, beautiful month, fun, enjoyment, good food, good wine, going to places and establishments of refinement. I kind of feel for some of us as well, it's going to be like, wow, you know, once upon a time I never would have been able to eat in a place like this. Once upon a time I never would have. It's like, you know, everything's kind of changed. September, transition, transformation. You're letting go of the past, like really letting it go, you know, just laying it down and saying, well, that's it, it's done, I'm ready for something else. October, I want my status to change. I'm ready for something new. I'm ready for something completely different. Even though I'm already living different, I'm ready for my status to change. I'm ready for my relationship to evolve. I'm ready to meet a partner if I'm single. December, the Temperance card. So this is beautiful. You know, the Temperance card is about inner alchemy, spiritual alchemy. This, I feel, will see you really asking yourself, how did I manage to do all of this? And more importantly, what does it mean to me? This will see you really reflecting over the whole year and saying to yourself, okay, so all of this happened, all of these amazing things, I've changed, I'm completely different. And this will see you understanding that wisdom and really, you know, taking it on board. The 10 of Swords with the Temperance card, possibly a physical death in the family, you know, because the Temperance is about the peace that comes after release. 10 of Swords can sometimes be a card of death. Let's clarify with the High Priestess. So this is interesting because it does suggest that, you know, there will be a physical death of some sort. It's not going to be you, Aquarius, but it will be somebody that you care for a lot, possibly a Sagittarian in your life. But it also, with the High Priestess there, this talks about the death of the old self, the death of who you were. You know, and the thing about alchemy is, if you're transmuting base metals and lead into gold, when you get to the other end, you can't look for the lead. It's no longer there. It's changed, it's evolved, it's transmuted. So December looks like probably December and February are your challenging months. But other than that, you've just got this amazing, beautiful, bright, happy year, full of spirituality, full of change, evolution, love. You know, money looks like it's gonna sail through. You know, my only advice would be, don't be overly frivolous. You know, don't be disrespectful of what comes in, I guess is what I should say. And then finally, you get Temperance. So personal and spiritual alchemy, but also there is something that's going to go through a finite end. There will be something that goes through a close in December. You know, you're at the end of the year, you're in the middle winter month, and that's kind of it, basically. You're stepping into, you know, well, not the middle winter month, but you know what I mean. Like, you know, you're in the deep of winter. Like December's when things tend to close down, or, you know, if you're on the other hemisphere of the world. But the Temperance card says that throughout this whole year, there will be a spiritual aspect to what's taking place. And there's this almost like this feeling of gratitude that, you know, permeates through everything. And it's kind of like you're going to be able to see the beauty. You're going to be able to see the gold. You're going to be able to see what actually is and how it all shapes up for you. And that is absolutely beautiful. I'd really like to pull another card to clarify as well on the Temperance card. Let's have a look. The Death card. So some things will need to change. Some people will need to leave your life. Some energy will need to be transmuted. And ultimately, there will be things that you have to let go of on an internal level. And when you let go of those things, you will find yourself in a space of pure creation and ultimately new birth. You see how the Death card, or the figure of death, is holding the baby, and that's because, you know, like the saying is really cliche, but it really is the truth. When one door closes, another one opens. And the truth of the matter is here, if you can let go of the niggles and transform the energy of the things that you want to hold on to, what you find on the other end, what you open yourself up to, is true beauty, true love, true peace, prosperity, abundance. All of those things are just on the other side of everything that you're holding on for. Go for it, Aquarius. I wish you an abundance of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance itself. Have an amazing 2019. I know I intend to, and I look forward to all of it. Take care, and I'll see you very soon. Take care.